Hello guys, Digger here, and today I have some more Singularity stuff for you. The Jove Observatory got a little bit wrecked, as you can see. There's blue goo coming out of it and some lightning. That cannot be good. So yeah, I went to Singularity today to check this thing out. The Unidentified Wormholes. On Singularity, they have actually opened up. What we've been trying to do is getting into those wormholes, but there was no jump button. On Singularity, that jump button just became a reality. Here's the little description box of the wormhole. It's a little bit unusual, but it could be still a work in progress, so we don't know that. Maybe it might stay like this, but we don't really know. So I go through, and this is a little bit weird of a normal animation. It seems like it's a new one. Whoop. Looks pretty good. So when I'm actually in there, there is no return wormhole. So that was actually pretty scary. There are anomalies for them though, signatures. I scanned the signatures and I came into the same location. So I go to Z Killboard to check out the wormhole. If it is actually an existing wormhole that already existed, but I couldn't find it. So CCP actually made these into entirely new systems, which is pretty important to note. So they didn't reuse any of the previous shattered wormholes, because these are shattered wormholes. And there's a celestial there that we see here. It's called the Sentinel, and it is a site actually with an acceleration gate. So I went there, and the acceleration gate was free to go through. There were no rats there, and yeah, that was pretty interesting. Pretty cool as well with these 4 accelerator things. So for me, the first room was actually empty. But I've warped there before, and then there were little sleeper patrollers there. So it really depends, because sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. Maybe someone else shot them, but the first time I went there, there were no sleepers. But the second time I went there were the little patrollers. So activate the gate in the first room to go to the second one. Apparently this is kind of a big site. There are multiple stargates in the coming rooms. In the coming room there are actually 2 stargates, and here you can see the little sleeper guys. They have an interesting description as well. I'll show you that soon. So yeah, these systems are actually shattered wormholes, as you can see by the planet in the background. It has no moons, and the sun has like a description that you get in other shattered wormholes. This is a little sleeper enclave, and the spatial rift. So this was pretty interesting, I thought, because this description says that these sleeper drones are actually new, or very newly manufactured, new to the group, which is pretty interesting to note actually, because that might notify that these are not like the ancient sleepers that you find in the other wormholes. In regular wormholes, if you look at the description of a sleeper, it says it is a very old sleeper device, and these are new sleepers. So these are newly manufactured, so pretty interesting, I thought. So I tried to take the acceleration gates, but I actually couldn't take them because I had to destroy the sleepers first, because the gates were locked, and I didn't really have an appropriate chip to actually go in there, so that was kind of a pity. But it did want to show you this little site over here. So if you take the spatial rift, you go straight back to the first room. So actually I didn't really manage to check out the further rooms, but apparently there's also some pretty interesting Jovian structure there that I'm going to show you by some screenshots. These were actually screenshots that I got from Reddit, from the user Kalatari Kalaratiri S. So that's the user. So these screenshots are courtesy of him or her. He posted them on Reddit. And I thought they were pretty nice. This is a Jovian little Stargate-ish thing. That's pretty cool. So I didn't actually get to see it in live, but I will soon. This is actually the first of the 4 anomalies that were in this wormhole. So yeah, this was a completely wrecked sleeper enclave. Pretty nice looking. Might this be wrecked because of the Caroline star explosion? Maybe. It's a good possibility. So the next anomaly was this thing. Just 2 sleeper particle accelerators. But no rats either. Next thing here is a violent wormhole. Looks pretty cool. It seems like to have a little glowing star there in the middle. And I was actually greeted by a Circadian Seeker in this site. And for some weird reason, I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but it started scanning the entire structure or the rock formation. That was actually pretty cool to see. And right after it was scanning, or during it was scanning, it actually approached the wormhole. So I was pretty interested in that because it seemed like he was gonna enter into the wormhole. I was really waiting for that, like, alright, let's see you enter that violent wormhole over there. But unfortunately he didn't do that. And then this thing, it's a monolith. So not a black monolith, but just a silver or white monolith or whatever. I also saw these little scratches that were on my Manticore. I think that's with a new update. It's pretty interesting touch by CCP. I'll see you in the next one.